Good day, everyone. Once again, welcome to my channel. For today's lesson, we are going to discuss reading and interpreting electric and water meter readings. In this lesson, we are going to learn about reading and interpreting electric and water meter consumption. You will also learn how to record, interpret, and write the electric and water meter reading. Kung handa na kayo, umpisahan na natin. Learning Task 2. Read, analyze, and solve the given problem below. In a classroom, there are 5 20-watt fluorescent lamps and 4 50-watt electric fans operating for 10 hours in a regular school day. Question: how many kilowatt-hours are consumed by the 5 20-watt fluorescent lamps each school day? Well, to answer this kind of problem, pag-usapan muna natin saglit kung para saan ba yung ganitong klase ng problem. Since meron na tayong gagamiting bagay na kung saan ay gagamit tayo ng electricity, dun papasok yung tinatawag nating electric power consumption. And when we speak of electric power consumption, it is the amount of electric energy that an appliance consumes within a certain period of time. It is obtained by multiplying the power rating of the appliance and the amount of time the appliance was used. Ibig sabihin nun, ang ating magiging formula ay ito, yung kulay blue. Power rating times length of time used is equal to electric consumption in kilowatt-hour. The power consumption is conveyed in kilowatts or kW, and the time is usually conveyed in hours, which is H. And electric consumption is conveyed in kilowatt-hours or kWh. Meaning to say, ang kailangan pala natin dito ay kilowatt-hour. So kung halimbawa dito sa problem number 1, ang given ay watt, there's a need for us to convert these watts into kilowatt or kilowatts. So kung paano, umpisahan natin. Again, our problem: in a classroom, there are 5 20-watt fluorescent lamps and 4 50-watt electric fans operating for 10 hours in a regular school day. Question: how many kilowatt-hours are consumed by the 5 20-watt fluorescent lamps each school day? To solve this problem, we need to determine the power consumption rating. And according to the problem, meron tayong 20 watt or 20 watts na gagamitin, na kung saan ito yung wattage of the fluorescent lamp. Okay? At dahil ito ay 5, we need to multiply that 20 watts by 5 for us to get 100 watts. In which, of course, this 100 watts is equivalent to 0.1 kW or kilowatt. Paano naging 0.1 kilowatt yung 100 watts? Of course, you need to divide 100 watts by 1,000. Kasi nga, for every 1,000 watts, there is 1 kilowatt. And obvious that in the problem, the given time ay 10 hours. Therefore, our electric power consumption then is 0.1 kilowatt times 10 hours. That gives us 1 kilowatt hour. And that is our answer. Same scenario with the 5 20-watt fluorescent lamps and 4 50-watt electric fans operating for 10 hours in a regular school day. Question: how many kilowatt-hours are consumed by the 4 50-watt electric fans each school day? So same with number 1, we need to determine the electric power consumption. How? At first, power consumption rating is equivalent to 50 watts according to the problem. And this 50 watts is to be multiplied by 4. Bakit? Kasi nga, sabi natin, there are 4 50-watt electric fans, di ba? Na kung saan, kapag i-multiply yung 50 watt or 50 watts by 4, that gives us 200 watts. And we need to convert this 200 watts into kilowatt. Kagaya ng ginawa natin sa number 1, we need to divide this 200 watts by 1,000 to get 0.2 kilowatt. Okay? And since 10 hours ang ating time of use, pag minultiply natin yung 0.2 kilowatt by 10 hours, ang magiging sagot natin dito sa problem na to is 2 kilowatt hours. Problem number 3 with the same scenario. How many kilowatt hours are consumed for a day? Ibig sabihin lang nito mga bata, sabay na bukas yung fluorescent lamps at saka yung electric fans. So therefore, to answer this problem, kailangan malaman natin yung total electric power consumption ng alin? Nung 520 watt fluorescent lamps at saka nung 450 watt electric fans. At para matukoy yun, we need to add the two. So alam natin, dun sa 520 watt fluorescent lamps, meron tayong 100 watts. And dun sa 450 watt na electric fans, meron tayong 200 watts. At yung dalawa ay kailangang i-multiply dun sa 10 hours. Kasi nga, yun yung number of hours na time use natin. Okay? Now, 100 watts times 10 hours will give us 1,000 watt hours. While the other 200 watts times 10 hours will give us 2,000 watt hours. Adding the two will give us 3,000 watt hours. At yung 3,000 watt hours na yon is equivalent to 3 kilowatt hours. Bakit naging 3 kilowatt hours? Sabi nga natin, dun para ma-convert natin yung watt into kilowatt, okay? We need to divide the number of watts by 1,000. Kaya naman yung 3,000 watt hours dito, ito, ay magiging 3 kilowatt hours. At yun ang ating magiging kasagutan. Problem number 4. How many kilowatt hours are consumed for 3 days? Kanina, doon sa number 3, number of kilowatt hours consumed for a day. So this time, for 3 days. Ano ngayon ang ating gagawin? Yung 3 kilowatt hours per day ay imumultiply lang natin by 3 kasi nga gawa ng 3 days. Na kung saan 3 times 3 will give us what? 9 kilowatt hours. At syempre pa, ito ngayon ang ating sagot sa problem number 4. Problem number 5. How many kilowatt hours are consumed in one school week? Doon sa number 3, in 1 day. Number 4, in 3 days. This time, in 1 school week. So, sabi natin, in a day, meron tayong 3 kilowatt hours per day. Saan natin i-multiply ito? Sa 5 days. Bakit sa 5 days? Diba, in 1 school week, 5 days lang naman pumapasok from Monday to Friday. Kaya, i-multiply natin siya by 5. Na kung saan, ang tamang sagot ay 15 kilowatt hours. So, eto ngayon ang sagot sa problem number 5.